years, but I may say about 3-4 decades back, when I was a student of my Master of Library Science or Bachelor of Library Science, at that time, rather this term human resource management or planning was not used, but frequently we uh, we were using term staffing. That means library staff and how to manage them. And moreover, the term rather than management, what was used was that instead of HRM means human resource management. But at that time, more stress was given to human rather than resource relation, human relations in the library. That means relationship among the different staff members who are deployed in the library and their management, and also and how to have good relations, employee to employee and employer to employee, so that the work our organization goals can be achieved by motivating the staff. So we will see, before we go uh, further in this chapter related to uh, what we call human relations. Human relations. Before we go into deep into the chapter, we would like to clarify the definition. You know, if you see your study material also, some of the management personnel or some of the management gurus, they have defined human relations or human resource management. They too have stressed upon the relationship among the employees as well as the employer and employee. So let us see. Uh, if we see the old definitions also, which is given in your study material also, too, that what they say, the management function, which is primarily concerned with the human relationship within an organization. So, utmost importance is given to relationship. This chapter stresses much on the human relationship. So what they say, management function, which is primarily concerned with the human relationship within an organization. Different types of people will be working, different type of staff will be working in the organization, and we have to see how the relationships are maintained. Its objective is the maintenance of those relationships on basis which, by consideration of well-being of the individual, enables all those engaged in that undertaking to make their maximum personal contribution to the effective working of the undertaking. What does it mean? This means why we should have good relationship, because we want to encourage the staff who are deployed in the organization, including the library. What is the aim? We should take every individual's maximum contribution to achieve the organization goals, so that the staff who are deployed contribute devotionally, honestly, whatever they can contribute for the development of the organization, for the achievement of the objectives, they should fully devote themselves. That is the main aim of having good relationship among the staff. If you see the new definition, which it says the old definition dates back to 1945, but if you come further in 1960s or the mid 60s, what it says, human resource management is that part of the management function which is concerned with people at work and with their relationships within an enterprise. Its aim is to bring together and develop into an effective organization the man and woman who make up an enterprise and having regard to the well-being of an individual and of working groups to enable to make their best contribution to its success. It is a play of words. Here also, if you see the relationship among the people, different groups working in the library. So what importance is given? Relationship. So that the objectives of the organization can be achieved. An enterprise or an organization can develop to the maximum extent due to the contributions of different staff, different teams, different people working in the organization. Further, if we see one or two more, we'll see what Dale Yoder has told. Personnel management is that phase of management which deals with the effective control and use of manpower as distinguished from other sources of power. What are other sources of power? Money. So, money is one force, another power is human power. So, we have to effectively manage the available staff members so that they can contribute. We can have a control over them so that we can extract the work from them to a very large extent. So that our objectives, organizational objectives are achieved. The method, tools, and techniques designed and utilized to secure the enthusiastic participation of labor represent the subject matter for study in personnel management. You can, in other way, if you see the human management can also be called another term, that is staff management and personnel management, not PERSONL. It is PERSONNEL. That means the management of the persons deployed in the organization, effective control over them so that we can extract the work to the maximum extent so that the organization develops. If you see again, it says another person, Michael Lucius, what he has written, personal management may be defined as that field of management which has to do with planning, organizing, and controlling the functions of procuring, developing, maintaining, and utilizing a labor force such that the objectives for which the company is established are attained economically and effectively. First aim. So what Joshua has told, he has also told the same thing, that we have to utilize the human resource available with us so that we can utilize them for we can have better planning, we can have better organization of work, and we can have control over the functions and see that the economically and effectively we will be able to meet the objectives of the organization or the establishment. And also it says objectives of all levels of personnel are served to the highest possible degree. There will be different types of staff, different levels of staff in an organization. And our aim is that at all levels, whoever are deployed, we have to extract the works from them so as to develop the organization, so as to meet the objectives of the organization at all levels, at all levels. And also objectives of society are duly considered and served naturally. Why we are having libraries, why we are having the other organizations, just our aim is to develop give the fruits of our labor to the society, so that ultimate aim is that our society should be a developed society. Lastly, one or two more definitions are given, but I will see at least one more. What Edwin Flippo, what he has told, the personal function is concerned with the procurement, that we are already doing in the library also. First thing, our functions also start with the procurement, then development, compensation, integration, and maintenance of the personnel of an organization's major goals are objectives. We have to integrate our objectives with the work so that it is work extracted is useful to the organization. Therefore, personnel management is the planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of the performance of those operation functions. Already we have seen, when we have seen post-carb in beginning, they are also same things. Planning is there, organizing is there, coordination is there. Everything, all those management principles also are involved so that we are able to achieve the objectives of the organization. Let us see what are the objectives, why we should have the human resource management. What we have seen above also, Jusius, what he has told, we will see here some of the things. Why? What is the objective? Why the human resource management requires its objectives to be defined? Actually, the objectives of human resource management is to attaining economically. If you see your study material also, 3-4 things are given. Very, very important. Very, very important from HRM or human resource management point of view. The aim of the human resource management is to attain economically and effectively the organization goals. This is, you remember, always an organization or an enterprise tries to, why they deploy the people, so as to, using less amount, we should have the organizational goals fulfilled. Our aim is to fulfill the organization goals economically. That means in spending less amount. Another objective is to serving the highest possible degree the individual goals. There will be goals at every level, goals at every human level. So we should also be able to get the individual goals to fulfill, then preserving and advancing the general welfare of the community. Okay, you have got a human force who is working for an organization, who are working for a library, who may be working for a factory, a company. But what is there? You don't think only of getting your objectives fulfilled by deploying those people, but also the main objective of managing those human resources is we have to look after the welfare of the community, welfare of the society, welfare of the people. So what it is concerned? So human resource management is concerned with manpower planning, recruitment, selection. This we are going to see in detail in our next class tomorrow, where the human resource planning is there. What today we are seeing is human relationship, that is human resource management. But tomorrow's class will be on human resource planning, where we will see all these aspects which are mentioned here: manpower planning, recruitment, selection, placement, and termination. Termination means every human being who is deployed or employed in an organization, he works for a certain period, maybe 30, 33 years, 35 years, and then he retires from service. That means his services are terminated. He may be given many benefits, maybe pension, maybe what we call the provident fund, gratuity, so many things. We will see all those things in tomorrow's planning, human resource planning class. And another human resource management is concerned with education and training and career development. You know, we deploy a person, we deploy employees in organization for a long period. 30 years or 35 years is a not small duration, long duration. And during that, employees have to pass through different levels. He may be promoted according to, as he gains the experience, he may be promoted. There may be a lot of changes in the working conditions. There may be changes in the procedures. There may be new developments, new inventions which they have to adopt. So for that purpose, from time to time, our employees are to be trained. They are to be educated. We have to enhance their skills. So what we can call it, in order to have their career development, we have to provide them enough education and training concerning to their jobs which they are performing. For example, earlier in the libraries, all works were done manually. And our staff were trained to perform cataloging, classification, processing the books, technically processing, providing circulation, doing maintenance and preservation of the publications. All those things were manual. But if you see, last 2 decades or 3 decades, there have been tremendous development in the functioning of the library. There are development in the field. Computers have come, internet has come, several artificial intelligence has emerged, and all those things we are adopting in our library so as to get our works performed using those electronic gadgets, using internet, using the artificial intelligence, using several software packages. So accordingly, we have to train our staff so that they become skilled to adopt those new technologies and perform well in the library. Then HRM is human resource management is also concerned with the terms of employment, methods, standards of remuneration, all those things we are going to deal in detail tomorrow. Then maintaining interpersonal relationship among employees and employers. This is very important. More stress is given here among for the interpersonal relationship among the employees and employer, so that no conflict takes place and people are able to perform their jobs satisfactorily. We have to things. And then if you see the functions of human resource management, if you see your study material 215 page, you will find the details. What are the functions of human resource management as defined by different people are given here. We can see few of them. What it says according to Yoder, Yoder, what he says, setting general and specific management policy of relationship and establishing and maintaining a suitable organization for leadership and cooperation, collective bargaining, contract negotiation, contract administration, staffing the organization, finding, getting and holding prescribed type, number of workers. All those things are human resource. Mostly functions are human resource management is how many people are to be deployed in the organization, what are their responsibility, what functions or responsibility you are assigning to them, how they are going to perform in order to develop the organization, and also how you are going to see about their career, how you are going to see about their growth. And most important thing here in the chapter itself, I may say human resource management, two things are given here. One is, in order to get the work done satisfactorily at all level of libraries, what is very important? Important is that we should see that the staff members who are deployed are motivated from time to time. Motivation. This term is very important. You may also get some short note in the examination. It may, because it is very important, uh, important term in this chapter, that how you are going to motivate the staff. That is another thing. And some stress is also given here on the what we call how you get the work done from the employees. There is a famous saying in English: a gentleman walks on the pavement or the footpath because there is a policeman over the crossroad. Why we walk on the footpath? A gentleman walks on the footpath because there is a policeman on the Chaurasta, the crossroad, because he is watching us. We know if we walk on the center of the road, we may be penalized. If we go in wrong direction over the vehicle, we may be penalized. All we are gentlemen because somebody is watching on us. Similarly, why I am talking about this saying? Because, we require supervision at all levels. If there is no supervisor, if there are no people over us who are watching our movements, watching our functions, then our behavior will not be what I can say, disciplined one. We do as we like. Similarly, in any organization, there is a need to have supervisors at different levels so that they watch the works carried out by different employees. Supervisor is not only to scold or to find out the faults of others or to give punishment. Supervisor is deployed in an organization because he sees his responsibility is to see that the work done by employees is carried out smoothly without any problem. When we are seeing about the leadership chapter, we are seeing the leader or the manager of an organization. Why he is deployed? Because he has to see that the works of organizations at different level, in different sections, different divisions, runs smoothly. And if there is a problem, if there is a lacuna, then that manager should be able to provide the solution to that problem, what we call problem solving. Managers always are required to solve the problems if any occurs. So similarly, the supervisors at different levels watch the works carried out by the persons deployed under them and see that they carry the work smoothly, devotionally, honestly. And if there is problem, any problem is found, they should try to rectify. If you see here, they have given 2-3 definitions or meanings here. What they say, supervision means a place over and above normal sight or vision. Super means higher. Super means higher level. So a vision which is at higher level and over and above the normal sight. So supervision therefore implies overseeing, seeing the workers, seeing the staff deploy under them. And what they say, it may be defined, supervision may be defined as the activity of managing at the organization level where management members and non-management members of an organization are in direct contact. So, and the management person, supervisors, supervision is not simply part of what I just now I was telling. It is not that to find out the faults of the employees by supervising. What is the other way? Neither by finding the faults of the employees nor it is punishing them. But what is their supervision aims at improvement of staff efforts individually and collectively. You should not find the mistakes of the employees. You are not deployed as a supervisor for that purpose. If you find mistake, correct it. But the main purpose of deploying the supervisor is to what? Its aim is to improve the staff efforts individually and collectively. Teamwork. Many, suppose for carrying out a work, if there are 4-5 persons, their efforts should be collectively effective. Whatever they are doing, it should be effective. And then it is designed to remove impediments in the progress of the organization. So, if any lacuna is there, that should be removed. If there is a problem, that should be solved, and the worker should be able to work smoothly so that the works assigned to them are carried out by them without any problem. What it says, good and efficient supervision presupposes well-defined objectives and accepted standards for assessing achievement. You are not only deployed as a supervisor in order to find out the lacunas, mistakes, but also you have to assess the achievements of the workers. You have to find that they are able to work smoothly so that they are the organization or organizational objectives are met. If you see here, some 6-7 principles of supervision are given, which may be useful to the supervisor. What it says, there should be right intensity, that whatever you are supervising, that workers are able to work properly and quickly as assigned to them within the time frame. Another is what we call personal interest. You have to look after their welfare, their problems, and see that they do not face any problem while working. The supervisor is supposed to see that the works are carried out smoothly, and then you have to have consultations. You are supposed to, a supervisor is supposed to see that the workers are working smoothly. It is not that you have to, whatever you are deciding that you have to force upon them, but let them also participate, use their mind, use their intelligence and work. And also you have to take into account the loyalty, the honesty, and you also have to see that they are not insulted. Don't insult them. Don't let them down. If anything happens, if something they do wrong, motivate them, tell them, no problem. This time you are wrong. You correct your mistake now, and you will be able to perform better than what you are doing now. The supervisor always should encourage his employees, not downgrade them. Don't scold them. See that they are able to perform well. And similarly, you have to, based on that, what you have to do, informal assessment is to be done. Their appraisal of their performance is to be done. And if any shortcoming is there, try to make that shortcoming removed from that, and they are able to perform well. The supervisor should use their intelligence and see that shortcoming is removed and the persons are able to perform well. And similarly, you have to see that a supervisor is supposed to see that a good working condition, good work climate is created. He should not favor a section of employee and downgrade others. And all these things should be taken into account. And then next thing is that what we have to, how to motivate the employees to carry out their work smoothly. It is said human relations, under that what we are studying, it is the process of effective motivation of individuals in a given situation. Here we are talking about motivation. Motivation is encouraging the employees to perform well. Motivate the employees to perform well. Whatever the way they are doing, improve their performance by encouraging. Motivation is nothing but encouragement to be provided to the employees so that their performance goes above the normal, above the what they were doing. Always there will be employees with a different nature. What we say, the work of an employee may be unsatisfactory. There are three ways. What if you assess a staff member or assess a worker who is working in the organization or employee? What are the three ways? An employee may be, suppose an employee is not too much interested in his work. What you will do? You may be transferred to another job. The person, if he is not performing well, you can, one way is there, you may transfer him to other job where he may be proved to be more effective. Another way is there, he may be suspended, he may be dismissed from service after giving number of warnings. Third approach is there, to use human approach, what we call human approach. What you will do? We have to find out why his work is not satisfactory, unsatisfactory. Has it happened recently or it has been for a long time? Then what is the reason? Can we make that unsatisfaction into, convert it into satisfaction? That is another what we call approach is there. So always a supervisor should try to motivate the staff, be human rather than being harsh over them. Be human, see that whatever their deficiencies are there, they are removed and they are converted into a efficient efficient employee. And here, I was just seeing, they have given a very good story. What they have mentioned, if you see how you can motivate the staff, what they say, a person was there, few persons were there near a cathedral or what we call church. They were working on the stone. If you see your 230 page, 220 page number, you may even read afterwards. But they have very good motivation. How the types of employees, how they get motivated. It has given, if they told a person who saw that a person is sitting and cutting the stone. So the person goes to that worker and says, "What are you doing?" So what he has told, I am employed here to cut the stone, paid about 10 rupees or 100 rupees per day. So I am earning 100 rupees and working for the person or working for the church where he was cutting the stone. And when the second person who was also cutting the stone, this man goes to him and asks, What are you doing? Then what he says, I am squaring the stone so that I can make that stone adjust straight and it can be used in the construction of the church. So that person goes to third worker and he says, what are you doing? So what he replies, what I am doing, I am cutting this stone so that it can be used in that church and this church will be up there. And I am helping to build that great cathedral, that great church. That means he is proud of his work. He is proud of his work. Another person says his aim is to earn money. He says, I am cutting the stone. I get 100 rupees per day. But other person says, I am making it straight so that it can be beautifully placed in the church. And the third person says, I am bringing up the church with my work. That is very great thing. So that is the pride what he is using. So this is very interesting what it means. Some persons are doing the jobs at a routine, as a routine to earn their money, earn their livelihood. But some other persons are performing the same job as their duty because they are paid money, they are assigned the job, they are doing their work as a routine. But some persons feel proud of their work, they are performing the work because they are uh, they are paid, but they are also great that this great church will up building this church for the people. In the story that how the each individual feels, and you know we always say motivate the staff, so well. How the people get motivated? Motivated. That is one thing one has to see. The we have seen in the while offline classes by Maslow has given very good principles or ways. What he says, motivation, how one can get the motivation is the human needs are unending and it is sky is the high, but the human desires is higher. On the basis of these two factors, he has suggested Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Means Maslow says how to motivate them and how to motivate an employee. In order to motivate, you should see what are the needs, what are the requirements of an employee. If you try to fulfill those wants, those desires or demands of the employees, they will get motivated. He says, then they will get motivated because you are meeting their needs, meeting their demands. A good example is there. An employee is promoted because he is performing well all over the time, all over the years. His wages are increased. He may be what we transferred, or he may be promoted to higher level. And when he is promoted to a higher level, or if his wages are increased, he is able to meet his desires, his wants. That means you have promoted him, provided more comfort. You have fulfilled his demands. But what happens? There are some people, they may say, okay, once we have got promotion, now what is there? Okay, we can go slow. But on the other hand, if employees is motivated, he is promoted, he thinks, if I work more hard, then I may get further promotion. I may get further increase in my salary, and I will be able to be comfortable, maybe purchasing a house, purchasing the comfort, purchasing some devices for his house. So he gets motivated because once he's promoted, he works well so that he is good in the eyes of his supervisor, and so that he gets further promotion after maybe a year or 2 years, and then he will be able to meet his demands, which were he meet his desires. He may put his children for a good educational institution. He may get a house. He may get some more uh, uh, comforts in his life. So, what he has, Maslow has told, is it is given here in three things as what he says about the man's need. Man is wanting, being, and needs are unending. Strong needs satisfied will be replaced by another. Naturally, our needs are unending. Our desires are unending. If we get something, we want more and higher. Then only we will be satisfied. Another he says, satisfied need is not a motivation of behavior. Unsatisfied need only promotes behavior. He says, okay, you got some promotion, you have got motivated, you got some more increase in your emoluments, and then what happens? You uh, get whatever you want. But whatever has not been given to you, whatever your needs have not been satisfied, that also helps you to promote the behavior, promote that you want more and more. So man's needs are arranged in a series of levels. We have seen this in earlier also, where we have seen how the needs of the person encourage him to work hard, to work more, so that he gets his wages increase, he gets promotion, he gets an enhancement. And also here somewhere it was discussed related to the McGregor's theory X and Y, where also what he says, whether an employee find that his work is not satisfactory and all, then we have to see that whatever lacunas are there, whatever needs are there, whatever working conditions are there, they are always try to be improved so that the workers get satisfaction of working in an organization. So once they feel their the environment where they are working, their health condition, their facilities, if they are increased, if they are satisfactory, naturally the employees will be working with more enthusiasm. They get encouraged, they get motivated, the production will go high, and naturally the organization who has deployed these employees will be able to uh, meet the organization goals of that organization. That means they are getting the uh, what they need. Another thing is here given is about the sometime employees, they want some good working conditions, they want increase in the wages, they want uh, change in working hours, or they want anything. When the employee does not is not able to go as individual and represent the tell the organizers or the managers what they need, then they fall into or they create a union, what we call as unionism, or creation of a union. Union is what? Joining together to represent a problem to the higher authorities of the organization so that they get better condition. They get the uh, better working conditions. And naturally, uh, when good conditions are there, they are provided all amenities, then they will become motivated. They, if the employee feel that they are getting the what we call job satisfaction, then naturally the it is easy for the organization to take better work from them, and that what we call meet the organization goals. So you read this study material given to you, and you will be able to get points, because whatever is possible to cover in this 1 hour, I have tried to cover and give the salient features under this counseling so that you will be